Here's a Reekin Havoc power play.
Havoc went 3-2 over the course of 7 days, starting with last weekend's home sweep of Pensacola. Huntsville scored the first 4 goals of Friday's Back to the Future game, with new acquisition Connor Galloway's first of the season at the 9:56 mark of the opening period. Matt Allen got the assist. Connor Fries found the net 1:57 into the second, with Craig McCabe and Cole Reginato lending a hand. Kevin Weaver-Vitale scored again at 3:32, helped out by Nathan Burke and Terry Ryder. Another one came at 8:01 off the stick of Jackson Kemp, with the assist coming from Josh Kessner and Gio Procopio. After the Ice Flyers' one and only goal came at 14:32, Gio and Ben Schulteis got together for their first respective goal and assist at 16:50 to give the Havoc a 4-1 lead. Galloway scored again 5:23 into the third with help from Allen and Jacob Arsenault. Allen knocked in an unassisted short-handed goal at 15:46 for the 7-1 win. Brian Wilson stopped 33 of 34 opposing shots on goal. Huntsville had 39 of their own. The Havoc had 22 penalty minutes to Pensacola's 43, which resulted in suspensions for 2 Ice Flyers. Gio Procopio, Connor Galloway, and Matt Allen were the 3 stars of the game. Saturday's game started off with the Ice Flyers winning the first period 2-1, with Galloway's solo goal at 17:55 sandwiched in between 2 by the visitors. The second frame was a different story, as Huntsville added 4 to the scoreboard, starting with Gio's shot at 1:24, with Austin Alger and Kessner in on the action. Ashton Paul got his second of the season at 4:48, assisted by Burke and Galloway. Kessner, Alger, and Arsenault teamed up at 9:50 before Paul and Allen got together for another one at 18:08. 12 seconds into the third, Reggie went solo for his second goal of the year. Pensacola managed one more before Burke and Reggie closed out the scoring at 13:58 for the 7-3 final. Penalties were more balanced. The Ice Flyers edged the Havoc 17-15. Huntsville had 38 shots on goal to Pensacola's 29. Billy Gerard rejected 26 of those. Cole Reginato, Ashton Paul, and Josh Kessner were the 3 stars of the game. Venue swapped between the two for a Wednesday game, and so did the scoring, as the Havoc could only muster 1 goal to the Ice Flyers' 8. Fries accounted for that one on the power play at 18:34 the second period, with Craig McCabe and Galloway assisting. The home team totaled 31 penalty minutes to our 29 and 29 shots on goal to our 26. Wilson and Gerard both saw time in goal, with Willie taking the loss. The team returned home for the Thanksgiving teddy bear toss game with Knoxville that was literally back and forth all night. Reginato got the record-breaking 8,250 teddy bears flying when his solo shot at 6:37 found the net. The Ice Bears answered at 17:34. Each team also scored one in the second. Reggie added one at 12:32 with Arsenault lending a hand. Knoxville tied it back up at 14:12. The third period saw the Ice Bears take their first lead at 11:20 before McCabe, Fries, and Allen took advantage of the power play at 19 minutes to send it to overtime. A Knoxville shot at 3:16 of OT handed Huntsville the 4-3 loss. Gerard saved 38 of 42 attempts. It was a light night in the penalty box, as the Havoc only got tagged with 4 minutes to the Ice Bears' 12. Cole Reginato and Craig McCabe were stars 2 and 3 of the game. Huntsville found the force in Friday's Star Wars night versus Quad City. Allen, Reggie, and David Novotny cracked the scoreboard first at 2:22. The visitors stormed back to tie at 12:21. Burke, Weaver-Vitale, and Gio accounted for a go-ahead goal at 14:02. Novotny added to the lead at 15:54, with Alger and Weaver-Vitale assisting. Gio's power play goal at 3:13 of the second made it 4-1, with help from Alger and Kessner. Quad City put another point up at 12:13. Fries, Reggie, and Ethan Lindsay scored on an empty net at 19:12 of the final stanza. Wilson was the winning goalie, saving 26 of 28. Gio Procopio, Brian Wilson, and David Novotny were the 3 stars. It was another light penalty game with 2 minutes going to the Havoc and 6 to Quad City.
Time now for the Huntsville Havoc Pick of the Pack, a weekly spotlight.
Head coach Stuart Steffen.
Ben Schulteis, number 3, came to us this year. He's actually a Nashville kid. Grew up playing a TPH kind of system there, so he's actually been to Huntsville a bunch of times, playing at the Iceplex and Used to attend some Havoc games back in the day, so kind of a neat story there. But come in, started the year kind of injured there, but again, now he's healthy and he's been really solid here for us for the last 5 or 6 games. Big body, long reach, skates really, really well. So he's been solid breaking pucks out for us, defending, and also getting some time on the power play now as well too. So he's a really solid piece on our back end there. More of a local guy, which is always nice to have too. So it's good having Ben around, and he's fitting in, really nicely in the locker room as well.
The Reekin Havoc podcast will be right back.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
My name is Joel, and I came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in December of 1987 to be treated for osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. We didn't know anything about St. Jude. We didn't know what they meant, or that, when we got here, what we would do, how it would be taken care of. And when we arrived, we found out that my family wasn't going to have to pay for any of my treatment, not for my medicine, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. St. Jude was going to cover all that. St. Jude supported me in every way, from, taking that financial burden off my parents to making sure that all of my family was included in this time. St. Jude literally means everything to me. I get to go home to my family tonight. I get to cook dinner for them. That's what you're giving. You are giving us everything by supporting St. Jude. So thank you so much.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
For those returning from military service, the transition back to civilian life isn't always easy. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Bill Cook talks about still serving veterans.
The mission of still serving veterans is to serve and honor veterans and their families by empowering them to build meaningful lives. And we do that through connecting to fulfilling careers, getting the benefits they deserve, or the services that they need. We have never charged anybody anything for our services. A group of business leaders in town felt there was a need to help the seriously wounded make that transition back into civilian life. Employment services, VA benefits, and connections to other community services. That's what we do. If you're a veteran and you need help, please get a hold of us. Go to that website, ssv.org, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about still serving veterans.
In Huntsville, call 256-883-7035.
Hey, this is Kevin Janot, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
As we said earlier, Thursday's teddy bear toss yielded 8,250 bears donated. That number broke the previous record of 6,000. Friday's Star Wars night also raised a total of $29,819 for Kids to Love. In roster news, defenseman Terry Ryder was traded to the Peoria Rivermen in exchange for future considerations. Ryder appeared in 40 games last year with 14 assists to his credit. This season, he had 4 assists in 11 games for the Havoc. Defenseman Lincoln Earn was signed a few days ago, coming from time spent in the ECHL over the last 2 years, including stints with the Newfoundland Growlers, the Idaho Steelheads, Jacksonville Icemen, Iowa Heartlanders, Savannah Ghost Pirates, and the Utah Grizzlies. His college career was spent at Canisius College for 4 years. Austin Alger remains the team's points, assists, and goals leader with 20, 11, and 9 respectively. Cole Reginato has 72 penalty minutes. The team is in action again next weekend with games at Birmingham on Friday, Macon on Saturday, and at home against Roanoke on Sunday afternoon for Toy Story Night.
Look for Reekin Havoc on Facebook and follow Reekin Havoc AL on Instagram, Threads, and X. You can also hear episodes on your Amazon Echo device by saying, "Alexa, play the Reekin Havoc podcast."
In June of 2005, our twin girls were delivered, Melissa and Catherine, and they were born 14 weeks early.
Amy and Chris George talk about the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund.
They both weighed less than 2 pounds. Ann Catherine was 115 and Melissa was 1'9". Melissa lived for a couple of hours, but all of the medical technology in the world just could not have saved her, and she passed away while she was in the NICU. Chris realized pretty early that God had given us a platform that we could use to try to help people. So Chris and I started the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund at Huntsville Hospital.
To know that Melissa's name is living on, her legacy continues, and I think that was very important to Amy and I, is why the fund is named after her. Because for 7 weeks, Melissa fought so that Aunt Catherine would have a chance to live. And I think that we wouldn't be doing her name any justice if we didn't carry on, because we know we wanted to honor her and honor her legacy. And the community, Huntsville Havoc, the community in Huntsville itself, they've rallied around that. And it's been a wonderful support system for us. And I think for a lot of families too, when they see total strangers that are giving.
We're online at HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org. Click on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund and you can give that way.
There's no donation that's too small, and every dollar is just as important as the next one. And if you're giving, then we understand you're giving because you care. And that's what's important, is that we've learned over the years that people give because they care.
And you can volunteer. If you're interested in that, you can click on the volunteer tab to fill out an application. We are grateful for any type of support, because we know that once we pull those dollars together, we can do big things.
For more information on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund, visit HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org.
For tickets, official Huntsville Havoc merchandise, and more, go to HuntsvilleHavoc.com. Visit our website at ReekinHavoc.com. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. And listen, follow, and subscribe to the Reekin Havoc podcast on your favorite platform to keep up with the only weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Reekin Havoc podcast.